Right, so we're just going to mix this mortar, at least that's the plan of action. So let's get something to kneel on. Protect our knees. So we're going to use 4:1 as usual. We have our water and colouring and plasticizer mixed. Yesterday I used 4 litres and 4 litres was slightly too much, so we're going to go 3.8 today and see how we get on. And I'm just going to leave a little bit towards the end out, and if I need to add the rest of it, then I'll add it then. So that's the plan of action. We're using these tubs, and same for the sand and cement, so we have the exact same measuring method. And then so we're going to do 8 of the sand and 2 of the cement. That's the plan of action. We basically try and finish off that area in the garage as much as possible, so that it takes the weight of that brickwork above. So we nicely pack it up. It's just perfect. That's one. So yeah, I tried to make it in the shape of the bucket, so I know exactly how many buckets I put in. Because I get confused sometimes. I lose the count. I'm not confused, but I just lose the count. So by piling them in separate piles, you kind of make sure that you know exactly how many, how much sand you put in. So that's the plan for that. So that'll be the second one. You know when you used to play with your buckets in the beach, and you get sand castle? What's kind of what I'm doing here? The adult version. Right, so that's 2, and one more. That'd be the third. And now we're going to open up this bag of sand. And whatever's left in this one, we're just going to pour it in there, just makes life easier when it comes to picking it up. Right. Okay, so we need to put one more in this. As you can see, when you dunk it in, it's so much easier to pick up more sand. Fill it up, pack it on. This is number 4 for the sand. Right, so we'll put this forward, and now we'll get some cement. should be bang on the money. I've got a whole cement, and just lower it so that not a lot of dust will release from it. Right, so that's one mix done. So we're going to move back onto fizzy sand. The reason I'm doing stages is because it gives it a better mix. But you end up pre-mixing it as you're pouring in, rather than just piling all the sand and cement on top. And then just gives you a better mix. Heads up is what it does. Gives you a head start. What I do is when I put it in and I twist it, it just picks up more. You can tell it's nearly full, so it just helps. Pack it down, a bit more, pack it down. So that was 1, 2. One more. It helps to say it out loud. When you say it out loud, it actually helps you remember, or helps me remember, or helps one remember. Just better that way. Right, it's the last of the cement, so that makes number 8. Right, one side. Now we need more cement. Remove that out there for now. And then we'll pick up, we'll do the same method. We'll twist and pick up so you get more on it. Actually, there's a little bit more. That's it. Right, again, nice and low. Okay, sand and cement sorted. Put them to one side for now. And we've got our water all mixed up, ready to go. So what we're going to do first is dry mix. Move our knee pad away. Right, so I've got water in there for when my paddle mixer is sort of done. Then I'll just leave it to do its thing. So I'm going to do the dry mix first. It helps to switch on the power, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Alrighty. Let's crack on. Now that we mix the dry mix, I'll show you what it looks like. It's now gone really dark, so we're just going to add our water and keep mixing. I mean, look at that sky, man. Beautiful. We very rarely in the UK see that bright thing up there. It's lovely. So nice and warm, I love it. Alright, let's crack on. Put you back down to where you were. Right, okay, let's crack on. Put some water, give it a mix. And then, we're not going to pour all of it today, we're going to pour most of it. Spread it around as much as you could. And left a little bit inside. We'll see how we go with this. Let's crack on. Hold on. Alright, let's just pause you guys. If I can. Can't do it with the gloves on. Right, so the thingamajig that I was looking for was actually a trowel, and it was right there. I went everywhere looking for it. Let's see how this is looking. It needs a bit more water. Yeah, definitely starting to dry out already. It's a very hot day, so it's going to need a lot of water for sure. Right, pour a bit more. Gotta put all of it yet. Right. Hold on. Just go and grab my earmuffs. Alrighty. I'll put on my earmuffs. See what that is. Right, let's crack on. So let's see how it is now. Yeah, much better. It's a bit more workable. Yeah, because it's hot and all that, you know. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to pour the rest of the water into, excuse me for a sec, this jug. And the reason we're going to do that is because I'll most likely end up using this water later on to remix the mortar. Right. The good thing about this jug is I know exactly how much is left. It's got measurements on it. So it's 200 millilitres there exactly that's left over. So what we're going to do, we'll take all this and go to our workplace. Right, let's crack on. Boop, boop. Alrighty, just give you a little update on what's going on. I am very nearly done. I've got like 2 courses left, and as you can see I've just done that bit, so I'll show you. So I put pieces of wood to support it, simply because I'm not going to actually brick this yet until this comes out. So I put a brick and a piece of wood, brick and a piece of wood, just to support the weight. And then once I do this, the rest of it, I'm going to remove that piece of wood, because by then that would have had enough weight on it, or enough drying time. I might not even yeah, I'll probably leave it till tomorrow actually. There's no point of messing around, just in case it decides to give away. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. And then, so what we got left is 2 courses, like I said. Nearly done. I don't think I'm not sure if I've got enough muck to actually do this, but hopefully I do, as I just want to wrap this up. Hopefully in the next, it's now 3:45, and Zaytin's got a vet appointment, so I need to go there. That's at 6:15, which means I've got, bloody hell, I used that. Anyway, this is where we're at. Hopefully I should have enough muck to finish it off, and from now on I don't have to put any more spacers, which is good. Yeah, we're nearly done, man. I just want it wrapped up really, and I'm glad that I've done it like this with this spacing and stuff for the bricks, because then that means I can pretty much finish up most of it like that, you know. So once once this is removed, then I can just marry up the rest of it. So that's got to come out, because that's a half. That's, where is it? That's got to come out, because that's like 3/4. It's not even a full brick. And all of this, obviously. So then we can marry it all up and wrap it all up, and then I can actually get on with my shelves that I wanted to build across here. Because without this being finished, I can't really, I can build probably up to here, up to this level with the shelves, but I just can't go all the way to the, because I want to go all the way to here. I want to marry it up to this. But if I can't get rid of that, or I'm just going to work around it, and then when it comes to the day that's got to be removed, then that day I'll just finish off the bricking and then finish off the shelving, I suppose. Yeah, anyway. See my tripod sitting on bricks. In fact, I've got to adjust that now, come to think about it. As you can see, my laser line sitting perfectly, beautifully in line. So yeah, got to adjust that now. Probably add another brick on each one, as you can see. If it works, it ain't stupid, you know. So yeah, right, let's crack on. Whoop, whoop. Quick update time. So let's show you where I'm at. Got literally 5 bricks left, and I just ran out of mortar. So I'm going to take Zaytin to the veterinary, get her injection done. I'll come back, I'll mix up a small batch, finish that bit off, and that's it. And then the next job to do is to clear out the ground floor, make sure there's nothing left, because I've got to take a wall down and I don't want anything to get dusty. That belongs, you know, somewhere that shouldn't get dusty. So I'm going to take everything upstairs, put it in boxes, whatever needs to be put in boxes, and any of our clothes or whatever that's left in the bedroom, and basically have a tidy up, just to make sure that it's all going to be everything's going to be fine. And then tomorrow I'll take down that wall. That's the plan of action. So yeah, let's crack on, and I'll show you once I finish this brick work, and then show you what I've got to clean up. So yeah, whoop, whoop. Hello. So update time. It's been about a couple of weeks since I've done anything on the house due to personal reasons. So we'll show you what I've been doing. Basically, just finished that last course of bricks where I've closed off the window, and then it's got to clear up. A lot of got a bit of muck left where I removed the chimney breast upstairs. It has to be all cemented in and stuff. Some of the bricks are sort of half cut and stuff, so I'm just going to go up there and sort of lay that bit of cement that's left over instead of wasting it. Might as well just lay it in the cracks and let it sort of dry off, and then eventually I've got to mix a batch to close off all of that anyway. So once I get there, I'll show you what it looks like, or how much we have to close off. We have to just, instead of rendering it, I'm just going to use sand and cement, fill up the gaps, and then eventually use some browning to finish it off, make it look prettier, and then eventually it's got to be plastered anyway. So that's the plan of action for that. And if I come back and spin you around, basically all we got left to do outside as far as bricking is concerned is just this bit here where this flue is. That's just got to be, when the boiler comes out, we'll rip this out, tidy this area up, marry it all together, and then that'll be all of the bricking done. So what that means now is I have to move all this stuff away from this wall and then start building my shelves across here. Once all my shelves are built, then all of this stuff is going to get sort of put underneath, on top, utilize all the shelves basically. Yeah, that's where we're at, and hopefully tomorrow I'm going to clean up inside. I'm not going to touch the garage yet until much later, so I don't really have a purpose right now for those shelves. I do, but there's no rush. The inside of the house is more important, so that's the reason we finished off all the bricking as much as we could, so that you'll bring us to this point where on the inside it's all roughly finished because of the boiler flue again, same thing. Can't really carry on after that until the boiler's out. So the next job is to clear out the ground floor altogether, make sure there's nothing left. So I'm going to make some dust when I'm removing some walls down and ripping off some old plaster and rendering off the walls. That's the plan. So tomorrow, that's what I'm going to be doing. Clear out the house and create some kind of a kitchen area in the ground floor, which is sealed so that no dust can get in there, but we can get in there when we want to. So somehow I've got to make some kind of a door there. Don't know how yet, I haven't figured it out, but I'm sure I'll figure something out. So yeah, that's the plan, and I'll catch you soon. Boop, boop.